Aquatic Ruin, right? Aquatic Ruin's pretty cool. It's got Grounder from the Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog cartoon. I almost called it the Saturday morning cartoon, but that is a, believe it or not, different cartoon. And yeah, no, he's here. Scratch isn't here, sadly, but he's in I think he's in Dr. Robotnik's Mean Bean Machine, which we will play. I have made a vow to myself to at least touch every single Sonic game in whatever way, shape, or form I can on this channel, just because I find it fun and I think I can do it. Beating every single Sonic game on this channel, different ask. I won't lie. I'll do my best. Every game that I can play, I will attempt to beat. But not every game is going to be like Sonic 1, Sonic 2, Sonic 3, like mainline Sonic games where I try to go for 100% and show you all the cool, neat little tips and tricks and stuff like that. I don't really show you any tips and tricks in the earlier Sonic games just because I'm not as accustomed to them as I would like to be. I know quite a lot about them, but that doesn't make me a speedrunner by any sense of the word, you know? And to that extent, I can't even do a single, like, skip or zip, if you will, in Sonic 2, because this game is so, like, Sonic games have a reputation for being, like, broken, buggy messes, and if you look at any Sonic speedrun, you just kind of understand. It's not even a competition at that point. It's just like, wow, yeah, this game is broken. But I mean, you know, like I said, you kind of got to look at Sonic like he's a car, and to that merit, I don't want to rag on Sega too much for having buggy games, because, like, how do you make a car a person and make it not buggy, you know? I wouldn't even know how to do that. Oh yeah, Sonic's first appearance ever was in Rad Mobile. We're not talking about Sonic 2 in this commentary, by the way. Yeah, Sonic's first ever appearance was in the arcade game Rad Mobile, or I guess official appearance. He appeared as like a little keychain on like the mirror of the car, and it was like a first-person perspective. So there you go. There's some knowledge, more knowledge spat at ya. Me and Brocore right here. Casino Night Zone. Where's the SpongeBob meme where he's like, Bikini Bottom? just that, but overlaid over Casino Night. This is, you know what? Yeah, I'm gonna come out and say it. It's my favorite casino-inspired level in Sonic. There are quite a few contenders. If I'm not gonna put Studiopolis in that camp, but it's like it's got the same idea. It's just not thematically relevant to what I'm talking about here. But if it was, it would be Studiopolis. I think I'm trying to think of it. I think Bingo Highway and I mean, I guess Starlight. Do we want to count Starlight as like a casino level? I guess maybe might be a casino somewhere in there. That might be why the Cope sign is in there. Actually, no, this is making more sense. it's for all the people who lost all their earnings in their gambling addiction. They have to cope harder. That's also why you see stuff like CPU and GPU in the background, because they're really throwing everything at you to just play a real game and not the slot machines. And it did always confuse me a little bit as to like where this place came from. Like, did Eggman build it? And if so, why is Sonic all over it? And I guess to like further drive this point home, why is Tails all over it? And if Eggman didn't build it, then who did? And why is Eggman, Sonic, and Tails all over it? This just makes no sense to me. It just came out of nowhere. It's like the Sonic world has a tendency to just like generate places and islands on like a whim. It's probably just the power of the Chaos Emeralds. You can chalk every bit of lore related to Sonic up with the power of the Chaos Emeralds at the end of the day, but I'm trying to make sense of it. I'm the one guy who cares. Help me, Sega, Sonic team, Sammy, classic Sonic fan. You hear me. I hope he doesn't. I'm scared of that guy. I'm like riding to his Senator Armstrong. play the meme right here. Wow. Wow. On cue and on point and everything. I am the best YouTuber known to man. Look at me get this ring box. Thank you. I love that guy. I love that he does that to me. He like bounces me off his head. I don't know what it is. It's something about the enemies in like early Sonic games that just have like a huge amount of charm to them. Shout out to Motobug. Only real ones get it. The Motobugs are the best. And do I get the speed shoes? I do. Nice. And almost? Almost? Not quite. Not at all. I think I try to go further up. And I give up. Great. Fantastic. I was thinking, oh no, I gotta like speedrun everything I want to say in the beginning part. How did Tails come through the floor like that? What? I was thinking I had to speedrun everything I had to say about this game, but as we continue, I just realized I've just exhausted everything there is to say. I've pretty much touched everything else. I got nothing. It kind of looks like there's an Adidas logo on some of these bumpers. I think we might have passed the one I was talking about. I don't think there's another one that really fits that description. I think I get stuck here for a little too long. Yep. 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 Alright, third tries the charm, as they always say. Yep. And they say it correctly, I think. Look at this. What? Clip it through the thing, the supersonic. What? Why could I do that? Why is he doing that? This is a silly little Sonic guy. What's he think he's doing? I don't know what it is about this boss that I like so much. It's probably just because it's like wicked easy and it's fun to spin around. But yeah, this is one of my favorite boss. Yeah, this is my favorite boss in Sonic 2. I was thinking about it. I wasn't sure if I wanted to give it the title. If I prove myself wrong later on, I might take it back, but I don't think I will. I think I'll stick to my guns here and say that's my favorite one. I'm pushing it. I'm pushing the capsule. I'm gonna bring it home with me. It's coming back to my island. I'm gonna put it on my plane. I'm gonna bring it home. Hilltop Zone. Lots of twang in this song for some reason. I don't know what it is. It's one of those tracks in Sonic that like the Sonic music is mostly good, so it's few and far between where you have a song that just doesn't really stick like all the other ones do. This is one of them, and I think it has to do more so with the, like, the Genesis sound chip than the song itself, because the song itself, it's fine. It's just, like that hum, that little twang. I don't know what else to call it other than just, like, the Genesis twang, where it's like, bam, bam. The Supersonic theme's playing over it, so I don't really have a chance to talk about it anymore. I know I don't have Supersonic throughout the rest of Hilltop Zone, so I'll have another moment to continue that thought later. Come on. I think I got held up by the stage not loading fast enough there, so that was just me being too fast. That little, like, right there, like, listen. I know it's redundant of me to, like, hype up this game for having such a good soundtrack, and, like, the only song I make you guys listen to is Hilltop Zone, but, like, seriously, I don't know how else to, like, really describe most game sound on the Genesis other than twang. And really the only games that don't have trouble with the sound chip are like Sonic 1, 2, 3, and Michael Jackson's Moonwalker. Like there are hardly any other games that sound good on this system, and it's just rough for it. Again, it's a problem with the sound chip, not really composers not doing their job, which is awful and it sucks to say, but it's the sound of like actual bits, if I'm not mistaken. Like this is just what chiptune is in all essence. Look at this. I'm so good at this game. But I mean, that's it for Hilltop Zone. I got nothing else to say other than these little like vine things are cool. And the Nessie reference, like lava Nessie reference is dope. I love that Badnik. This checkpoint's here. I like the background a lot. I actually love the background in this stage. It's one of my favorites. I'd say it's this chemical plant and some of the others. We'll get to them later, but those two are pretty good. Or these two, I guess. Sorry I haven't really been like commentating over the endings and in-betweens of these levels. I feel, like I said, like I want to keep the intensity and I want to keep the flow, the mojo going in this. So it's kind of weird to just be here, for a matter of fact, but also just like it's weird to like I don't know, just kind of like keep track and keep pace and like thinking of things ahead of time as opposed to on the spot. It's a lot different. And I'm really like, I'm soaking it all in. I'm trying to absorb as much as I can, but I don't think I should. I should be so much more relaxed than this. If there's anything I think anyone should take out of this video is to not be me and do not get crushed by those boxes in Mystic Cave Zone. Act 1. In Sonic 2. Not dependent on any game-specific version for any console. But I guess while we're talking about the backgrounds, the background for Mystic Cave Zone is pretty cool. I do want to make fun of the little wall spike things that protrude out every so often. I'm sure you saw them. If you haven't, there's one coming up soon. They take the sprite from like the already existing tile set, like on the bottom of the ground, but it just kind of, the way they stick it out just kind of looks like a poop stick, and I always thought it was hysterical. I'm a child at heart. Fight me for it. I've been playing Sonic games my whole life. I don't know what else you want from me. I made a poop joke in my Sonic commentary. Oh no. You know, actually, yeah, I'm gonna double down on that. That was pretty bad of me to do. This is like post commentary. I should have like written down something, anything more interesting to say than poop stick. Oh yeah, shout out to the one mechanic that I don't think I ever made reference to in the last game. You can look up and down and it'll move the camera depending on which orientation you're looking, which is pretty cool. Not a lot of games do that, especially at the time. Actually, I think there's a lot of 2D games that do that nowadays, but I'd probably give Sonic credit for it. If I were a betting boy, which I am, it is a problem. And while we're in Mystic Cave Axe Zone 2, there's two little things to make note of. And those are a spike pit and a bottomless pit. And I think they should be coming up soon, but one of them is a bottomless pit that I definitely don't hit, and I definitely cut out the video because I remembered it. And the other one's a spike pit, and the spike pit in the original game was just a spike pit, right? It was a spike pit with like a life monitor at the bottom of it, and if you're playing the game like I am here, you more likely, 9 times out of 10, you have Supersonic by this point. And so you fall into the spike pit, you get the extra life, and then you realize why you needed that extra life, because you're just watching your ring total go down, and you can't jump out of the hole. So it's just funny. There's a Sonic Paradox bit making fun of it, and right next to it is just a bottomless pit, and supposedly, in this version there's supposed to be like a cut level that they just put back into the game, because when it was cut, it was basically just finished, and for all intents and purposes, they only cut it out the game for some reason, like me dying to the boxes there. And so they cut it out, and it's not in the original game, but it's in some version of it that actually exists and was officially released somewhere, and I want to say it was the mobile ports, so technically it's this version. With that being said, try as I may, try as I might, I could not go into Hidden Palace Zone tonight because it's just not here for one reason or another. I actually went out of my way to try to like install a mod to show it off, but I guess it'll have to wait for the bounds round. And yes, I'm sticking to my guns. I am calling it that. Anything else I need to say before we get to the hole? I think we're at the hole. Please tell me I don't jump into the hole. Okay, I jump into the hole. That's the hole I'm talking about. And there's the other spike pit that I mentioned, by the way. There's a monitor right next to it. I don't think I have proof of it here in this playthrough, sadly, so I'm terribly sorry. Please enjoy me talk about what I've drank today to make up for the third time that you're seeing me play through the beginning part of Mystic Cave Zone Act 2. I've had like 2 full glasses of like the lemonade packets. You like fill up a water bottle up, but I made like a gallon of it, so I like filled 2 cups of water up. This is like over the span of a day. It's like 7 o'clock at night now. When I started recording this, it's 9:30 now. It took me a minute to start, I guess. And I had some water. Anyway, we're now at a point that we have not seen anything new, so I'm going to talk about me getting hit by the spike 2 times. What is wrong with you, Plasma-Pal? There we go. Now everything's better. I'm just long, exasperated sighs throughout the whole game. Every time I get hit. And I do want to make fun of my friend coming up here soon, because he had so much trouble with this boss. So much so that when I started playing this game to record this, I got a little tense coming up to it, because I'm like, oh no, the boss is coming up. I'm gonna struggle. I didn't have any problems with it. I swept this guy coming up. Mr. Robotnik had no chance. It's not even funny the way I clown on him. But here it comes. Here it is. Look, I'm not even supersonic and I still clown on him. And I don't even have a shield. That's how bad it is. I mean, I'm getting hit a lot, sure, but like, check it out. Dead in one cycle. Oh my goodness. So take that, Mr. Proto Plays. You get a shout out in my Sonic 2 commentary that you're not even in. I hope he enjoys that and takes it home to the bank with him. So, Oil Ocean is a level. You don't actually see me play most of it. I'm supersonic throughout a lot of it. That's something I tried my best to kind of avoid, Like, I wanted to show off supersonic, but I also wanted to avoid just blitzing through every single level. I think I did an okay enough job at it. I just tried to pretend like I didn't know how to control supersonic, and I think I got away with it. So, yeah, that's pretty much it. I love this level. There's not much to really say or talk about. It's just a fun level. It's got killer music. The stage looks cool. I like this little touch where you just like sink into the oil. It's nicer of the developers to do that and not to just make it so that you die once you touch the oil, which is almost expected by this point. And I only say that just because games of this era are a lot less forgiving than games nowadays, and games nowadays would totally have something like this as opposed to having the oil just be instant death. But enough talking, enough ragging on heard games nowadays. I grew up with Crash Bash, and I 100% completed that with my mom. I don't know how much of a flex that was, but it's a flex. I'll take that to the bank with me. Look at that jump. Unbelievable. I am the best Sonic 2 player known to man. He said with a giant shit-eating grin on his face, knowing damn well he's not. Oh yeah, Supersonic. He's just faster Sonic and is invincible. That's it. The Sonic with speed shoes and the invincibility power-up wrapped up into one. I want to say he's faster than speed shoes by a little bit, but not by much. Just by enough. If you guys know the names of these badniks, be sure to leave a comment down below of every single badnik name you can think of off the top of your head. That's a challenge now. You have to do it. There's no backing out of it now. You got it this far into the video. What are you gonna do? I don't know why I sat here. I think I was thinking it might have popped back down, but it doesn't. Also, look at this. This is funny. The spike bug in all of its glory. God, it's so loud. Thank you. God, it stopped finally. Look, this is a spring. It's like, why is this here? It don't even work. It's like, what? Why even bother? I love it. I like Sonic 2 so much. All the little things and like stuff that doesn't need to be here. I just adore. Uh-oh. I am stuck. I am under the oil. Please help me. Oh my god, there we are. Hey, we got the Super Snacko. He's back. Back in all of his glory. He's really bright and missing frame of animation glory. I think it's Sonic 2 where he's missing a frame of animation. Although I'm not entirely sure. It's like it's when he's standing still, his idle. The way his hair quills move, there should be like a frame of animation that is just like left out, and so it makes his animation look a little bit choppier. I don't think I'm ever supersonic at a standstill for long enough for you to notice. I'm always jumping. Good lord. I hope you enjoy the Sonic jumping sound effect, because you just hear it a lot here. And I've gotten the shield. I go back for the rings because I noticed the ring counter goes... Yeah, so the ring counter goes down to Supersonic. It's supposed to incentivize you to still play the game, and to some extent. Because, I mean, you're invincible and you're super fast. It beat the game button kind of thing. But here, actually, I run out of Supersonic in this boss fight. I have to play the game. So we're gonna see things get a little bit more interesting starting now. I do have a shield, not for long, so now I'm one hit, one kill. I think I die. Do I leave it in? Please tell me I don't leave it in. That would suck. Well, that sucks. Back from the beginning of the boss fight, I suppose. Do this thing over again. Actually, yeah, it's a tie between this boss fight and the Casino Night boss fight for my favorite boss in the game. Just because I like this one little section where he shoots out with the gun, the little gun snake thing, and it shoots the ground like that. That's so cool. The lasers are cool enough, but the shooting the ground, that's dope. Shout out to Tails, man. He's just trying his best. I think this is a strategy, although I'm not sure how well it works out. Like jumping from platform to platform. I think he's one hit off now. I almost got him with that cycle. It's rough. It's rough out here. Yeah, I was totally right when I said I've exhausted everything that there is to say about this game. Hopefully that's gonna change soon, because I have couple things to say about this next level coming up. A couple things indeed regarding level design. Metropolis Zone. How I love you. So, here we are, Metropolis Zone. There are these guys, right? Little starmen dudes, right? They hide in the level. They're just camouflaged. It's rough. It's bad. They're pretty annoying, but they're not as bad as another enemy later on that we'll see soon enough. This guy's pretty annoying. He's got his little claw arm thing, and it seems to always get you when you're least expecting it. And always when you think you've got a handle on every other enemy in the stage. But this guy. Enough said. He exists. He's pretty bad. He's just placed in like really bad locations, and they're all not helpful to you in the slightest. And it doesn't help that he's like one of the only enemies in this game that actually has an attack pattern that has like any sort of, well, I don't think it has pathing, but it feels like it homes in on you, even if it doesn't. And it's not easy to deal with in most instances, and quite frankly, I just don't even know how to deal with it. You'll see me just get hit by him a lot, and I'll just leave it there, and I'll just point out every jackass location he has, because they're all evil. But these screws are pretty cool. I like that as like a level design touch. This one, pretty bad. Very annoying. I leave him there to think about his sins and question what he's done. Yawn Tails. Oh, never mind. He's too busy not not living his life. Yeah, but these are like little screw things. As a like set piece, I think they're pretty cool. I mean, design-wise, they are exactly what you'd expect. You just hold a direction and they bring you a direction adjacent to where you're going. So like if you're going right, you'll go up, and if you go left, you'll go down. It's like a screw. Lo and behold. I don't think you needed funny YouTube man over here to tell you how screws work, but just in case you ever forget how to open your soda bottle, I guess I'm here for you. Or something. I don't know. I got nothing else for that. Shout out to the one ring I had, keeping me alive right there. I don't know why I turned the spike bug back on for this. I really just did a number on myself with it. A number of lives, actually. I think there's a handful that I lose due to it. You can tell if it's not already blatantly apparent to like the two of you who care. I do cut around a little bit in this. I had to try for the Chaos Emeralds. It was like 2 or 3 attempts. It was more than 2 or 3 attempts. It was like 2 or 3 runs of Emerald Hill I had to go through. Act 2. It was like 2 or 3 runs of Act 2 I had to go through. There's just the special stages, coming back to them. I'm not good at 2D Sonic. I'll be the first to admit it. I'm not gonna take any pleasure in saying that I'm the best Sonic 2 player in the world anyway, but whatever. Even though I am. The music in the stage is good though, so that I guess that makes up for it. For all of its nonsense and shenanigans. And the stage actually loops right there, if you didn't notice. It's like a continuum kind of thing. You can see that's the monitor I just broke, despite technically already passing it. The game really just wants you to get through this one little bit of platforming. Or just go up there. And I refuse to do either of them. I'm going right back around. I don't know why. I think I just wanted to be funny, be cool, be wacky, be tubular. Look at this. Look at this. Okay, I'm actually on the path now. I thought I was going to do it for a 3rd time, and that was going to drive me insane. Almost as insane as I might be if that was the 3rd time and I said for the 3rd time like it wasn't. Look at how fast I can fall, though. And much to my own dismay, We still have Act 2 to get through. If you're curious about what that little smack sound was, that was me hitting my wrist. I have my left arm in my armchair, and I whacked it with my right arm, so it made a little smack. Got really bony arms too, so if you really want to get into like the, oh my god, how did it make that exact sound? My wrist doesn't do that. It's because your wrist is probably just a little bit bigger than mine. And there's no shame in that. I mean it when I say I have very bony wrists. For reference, my Switch controller's grips are thicker than my wrists. And I'm not talking about the Joy-Cons either. I'm talking about the Pro controller, that big beefy thing. Think of like an Xbox controller, but not like an Xbox 360 controller, like a Xbox One controller kind of grip. Actually, I think they have smaller grips, come to think of it. Because the Xbox One controller... we're talking about controllers. I'm playing Sonic 2. Sonic 2, Sonic 2, Sonic 2. What do I say? What do I talk about? Do I talk about the cheese on the side of the wall that you bounce off of? I don't know. I don't even know how to make this jump. I have to go back down and like reset the parallax scrolling so that it resets. Look at me struggle to figure that out. I'm like, do I need to go on this one? Huh? I'm so stupid. Good lord. Getting all those rings back. Hit me once, shame on you. Hit me twice, doesn't matter. I collected my rings anyway. Screw you. Hit me once, shame on me. Hit me twice, hit me once, shame on lava. Hit me twice, hit me thrice. I just keep getting hit, man. There's no luck in found me in this zone. I do like that little corkscrew thing they got going there. It's fun. It reminds me of Emerald Hill Zone, where you go into the thing, and it's kind of like the same thing, but it's not as corkscrewy. It's more corkscrewy than screwy. Actually, it's more screwy and corkscrewy. That's more cylindrical. If we want to be technical, which I do... Made it flawlessly. Man. That was just rough. And yeah, like I said, exhausted everything I had to say back in Emerald Hill Zone. This is a commentary for the sake of beating Sonic 2 now. As I was gonna say before, I thought we were in Act 2 at the end of Act 1. Much to my dismay, this is the one level in the game with 3 zones in it. So I'm having a struggle here. I'm having a big struggle with that guy too, because he's just in the way and stuff, and I hate him for existing and all that. Woo! Woo! Woohoo! Oh. I killed him without him hitting me. Today is a glorious occasion. Not anymore. Not anymore again. Yeah, no, watching me play Metropolis Zone is just rough. Look at that. That was rough. From like a game design perspective though, not from my own. I had a panic attack. I thought I was gonna get crushed, but... Hey. I'm here for the music and the music alone. Because of that. That made me so upset. Not as upset as getting hit right there would have made me though. Good lord, that was close. Like really close. Like looking back on it, wow. I'm impressed I didn't make a bigger deal out of it when it happened. Look at this. Look at this. Alright, stop looking at it. Please stop looking at it. I beg of you. Oh, that's rough. It's nice to sip my tea and watch me fail at Sonic 2 in the past tense. I'd say it's cathartic, but it's really not. It's a different emotion. But catharsis would be the closest thing. If anyone in the comments has an idea of what I'm feeling right now, please let me know. And that's like a genuine one. If there is ever like a... It's rare, because I throw it around often. Leave a comment down below if your poop stinks. Like, that kind of humor. But like... I really do mean that. If you can figure out what that emotion might be, other than catharsis, let me know, because I don't actually have another word for it. I'm like Sonic spinning on this screw trying to figure it out. One must imagine Sisyphus happy. Wow. One really must. I think I just wanted to do the whole thing over again and kill the Scyther. I had a vendetta against that guy, clearly. Oh yeah, I'm trying to... I realized I can move Tails' head while I spin on the thing, so I tried my best to make him like bob his head to the music here. Let's see if I get it again. Ah, he's stuck. That's rough. Moment ruined. Not as ruined as it... Nope, it can't be ruined anymore. I killed a Scyther. The Scizor? I'm not sure what that thing is. It's definitely not a bottomless pit. Pfft, that's rough. Almost happened again, too. That's even more rough. Alright. My tea is done, and so is Eggman, here shortly. Up next on Dragon Ball Z. God. If Supersonic wasn't enough of Dragon Ball Z Parallel, I've pretty much checked all the boxes off in this playthrough. I'll try my best not to ever mention Dragon Ball again in any Sonic playthrough I do again. Unless it's, like, actually relevant. Which it kinda isn't. Except for one part, but we'll get to that when we get to it. Ah, the Sky Chase Zone. This is a little break in the gameplay, basically. It's pretty much just like a score level. You're here to get points and all that stuff. I get hit a lot. It's kind of funny. I don't know what it is. I just had trouble in this one. Normally, I'm not even this bad in Sky Chase. Like, I'll just, you know, since we have a chill vibe going on now, I'll try to keep it chill for the rest of Sky Chase. But it's like, like I said, I'll admit to being bad at like 2D Sonic games every day of the week. But man, I don't know what happened here. Like I already got hit once in a way that was kind of lame, but that was also lame. The fun little fact: if you spin dash on the tornado in a certain way, by the way, that's Sonic's plane that I mentioned. It does make an appearance in this game, so it's not just part of like the story or in the manual and never brought up ever again. Like it's here. But yeah, it's weird. You can kind of clip off the tornado and like kill yourself by doing the spin dash in a weird way. I thought it was weird how the clouds kind of clip the way they do here. I had a hard time imagining clouds having that kind of shading like they do in the background. The foreground, they look great. You know, I'm not really here to nitpick. I'm not a pixel artist or anything. But at the same time, I don't really... I mean, I kind of get what they were going for, but like giant, I'm just imagining like the world's largest strand of like the line of cumulus cloud. Watch me die here. That was so funny. All right. Yeah, fun fact, you're always gonna miss those rings if you take that like dash panel, basically. I think there's probably something you can do to maybe catch the rings, but other than just not taking that dash panel, I don't really know what it would be. I also think I die again and get another game over as Supersonic in the stage. Let's see it happen, because if it's gonna happen, it's gonna be shortly. I'm thinking of taking the skip through these propellers, using Supersonic as my momentum. And I'm jumping on the turrets, I'm jumping on the turrets, I'm jumping on the turrets, they're gone. Yeah, I'm pretty certain that you have to like skip the dash panel to get those rings. Or just go back, like I did. I think it's that sprite. The sprite of Sonic hanging is probably like Sonic 1's sprite, but it was just never used in Sonic 1. That's kind of why he looks a little janky on it. It's what I would assume anyway. Look at this. You can't go through there, that's why I'm giggling at it. Fun little fact about this stage, I don't know if I actually show it, or if you see it anywhere in here, but somewhere along, like, the wings of this fortress, wing fortress, there's the Eggman's name, right? But if you've been following along, if you know anything about Sonic, you know that he's not Eggman quite yet. His name is still Robotnik, and that just is his name. Is Dr. Ivo Robotnik. His nickname is Eggman. And we'll talk about it more on... we'll talk about it more so later on. But I think it's a nice little touch. Mainly just because over in Japan, he was just always Eggman. And it was the localization team that made him Dr. Robotnik. They try to give him a more menacing name. And yeah, Robotnik is a more menacing name. And I think it fits him a lot more than Eggman does. Even when they made him look more like an egg as time goes on. But everything still has like the egg theming in it. Like this next level, the Death Egg Zone. It's called the Death Egg Zone, and his name's Robotnik. It's like, what's this? Oh man, Sonic's attached himself to the ICBM. He's going off into space. Whoa. Any day now. Any day now. There we are. Now we're in space. That took a while. It took longer than I thought it would. Here we are, Death Egg Zone. You can spin dash this little Sonic mech right here. I'm pretty sure it's Silver Sonic. Although, don't no. No, I'm pretty sure that's Mecha Sonic. I'm pretty sure that's Mecha Sonic, and Silver Sonic is another Metal Sonic. They're on screen now. Also, these doors, they don't load properly, so they should have textures that look different. Actually, I think this version fixed it. So in the original game, they look like this, and then the fixed version, they look like this. There you go. That's what I meant to say. There's a little trivia before the bounds round. But yeah, the Death Egg Robot, pretty hard fight actually. He doesn't really have a hitbox like you would think he does. Those arms, those little appendages he's got, they're pretty tough to like work around because of the spikes. Sonic's actually got to jump up high enough to deal damage to him. You can't hit him from the underside really, and it's just kind of a tough boss fight in all actuality and in all honesty. You've gotta know his rhythm a little bit more so than any other of the bosses in this game. I'd say more so than this boss, but believe it or not, some people struggle with that one more than they do the Death Egg Robot. Which I just find fascinating, because I think this guy is super tough in comparison. Like, hands down easily the hardest one in the game. If only just because you've got to actually jump so high as Sonic and actually make the effort to fight him. He's really the only one that you have to, like, make an effort to fight. Yeah, see his arms, they continue to have a hitbox wherever they are. So you've gotta work around it. See, I got hit there by his other arm that wasn't even on screen. Also, just love the touch of Eggman just watching this fight. It's pretty cool. Although it does make me wonder how he got from here to there in the time frame that he does, because it's blown up, he's moving, and then he's here now. It's like, it kind of makes sense if you look at how fast he's running. He's moving faster than Sonic does. Just barely, but he's moving. Man, schmovin'. He must have very special pants that make him run faster. Or maybe he made special shoes. That sounds a little bit more likely. Is that he made special shoes underneath his pants? Like he's got he's got like oh my god, what's it called? Like the stuff you put under like in your shoes, like the sole of your shoes, like the comfort padding. He's got those. Forget what they're called. For the life of me, I can't think of it. Man. I'm dying a lot. You'd think I cut it all out, but no. I gotta maintain my integrity or something. Up next on the Plasma-Pal YouTube channel, 40 minutes of me in Emerald Hill Zone trying to get 4 Chaos Emeralds. Alright, this time I'm sure I've got him. In the bag, 100%. I have no trouble here. So yeah, his attack pattern's pretty much what you're seeing now. I don't think I ever show off the bomb that he has, but if you manage to get behind him, he'll do this thing where he just like shoots bombs at you from like his back or whatever. That's basically it. Or am I thinking of something else? I might be thinking of Mania. I know he shows off the bombs a lot more in Mania, but I'm pretty sure it's in this one too. I might be wrong though. I normally don't struggle that much with this boss, I will admit. For as difficult as it is, I think getting the emeralds is harder. But doing all this without a single ring, it's tough. They don't give you a single ring in the entire Death Egg Zone. You have to do this no hit. It's a big old challenge run. It's kind of cool actually. I think it makes everything more dramatic. It does, on the other hand, make it so that you have to, like, again, you have to try. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I get him this run. Look at that. If you just, like, go from side to side, this boss fight is just a piece of cake. Because his arms just don't have enough reach to hit you, really. And he's always going to have, like, an open hitbox every time he jumps down like that. And if you just spin dash from side to side, he's going to have to, like, go up like he does right now. I am noticing he did really back me into the corner there, and it was kind of funny. Look at this. Not even reaching. It's tough, Eggman. It's tough. I get it. I'm out here with one ring, and you've got a bunch of hits on you, so you must know what it's like to never be able to beat that hedgehog. And that's it. And Sonic dies right here in the Death Egg Zone. He gets blown up. He wasn't moving fast enough. I've never seen that happen, by the way. This is the first time I had seen that. I spin dashed, but I didn't have enough momentum, and he didn't keep going, and he just kind of got stuck there. But yeah. And while we're here on this little section, I want to make a point of the music being used here. So the original 2 game soundtracks, the composer Otani had a little bit of help from a couple outside sources. Most of the time, Sega likes to do that. They like to use a lot of different musical composers and stuff to make Sonic music. Always helps out because Sonic music's just really good. This one in particular is, kid you not, just like a real pop song by the band called Dreams Come True. It's a song called Sweet, Sweet, Sweet. And there's an English and a Japanese version, and I recommend you listen to it because it is that good. It's amazing. But yeah, so here it is. Sonic the Hedgehog 2. I hope you guys enjoyed. I had a lot of fun doing this, playing through it. And I will see you guys in Sonic CD. Just kidding, I'm playing the Game Gear games first. you really thought I was gonna play Sonic CD right after playing Sonic 2? Who are you? No, like seriously, who are you? Because who remembers Sonic CD? Anyway, yeah, I'm planning on doing, like I said, every single Sonic game that I can. Some games are just off of the list by a sheer matter of fact of that I just can't play them. Shout out to Sonic Wacko Patrol Car Policeman game. That one's I can't play that. I can show you gameplay of it, but that's about it. And yeah, Game Gear games are up next. I figured that would be easier to do, to like dip my toes in the water of the Game Gear stuff, and then jump into CD, and then Knuckles Chaotix, and then Sonic 3 once we're done with all like the earlier Sonic stuff, and before we get into the Game Gear games with Knuckles and all that, because Knuckles makes his first appearance in Sonic 3. I'm not gonna hold you guys for that. I'll just let you know now. That's where he appears. And Sonic Triple Trouble. That was what I'm making reference to in the Game Gear saga. He appears in Sonic Triple Trouble, and I should do all the other Game Gear games first, and then Sonic CD, and then, you know, as we go through. Hey, there's Dreams Come True. That's who I was mentioning. And shout out to Mackie and all these other great people. Mackie was just the first one on the list. I just want to shout out the musical compositions. I can't help it. I really can't. It's a little thing. Sonic music is just, it's been there my whole life, more than the games have, by all merit and fact of the matter. So yeah. Special thanks to Cindy France. I'm gonna butcher your names. No, it's gone. I can't. I don't even have the chance to try to butcher their names. They go by too fast. This isn't in the original Sonic 2. That little ending screen and this little ending screen. I mean, this ending screen is in Sonic 2, but it's a little bit different. You don't have the wreckage behind him. He's just jumping up and down all mad and stuff. But hey.